Hello and welcome to Insert Title here, the only podcast that directly asks the American Heart Association on Twitter and asks, Arrhythmia, does that mean that your heart is offbeat or beating off? This is the second time we've had to do this opening. He's laughing harder. This is the third time he's heard this joke.
It's just the way it hits. Like, no matter, like, full disclosure, my recording software shit the bed on our first take it. And he did it the first time, it just took us both out. We're like, no, fuck it, you gotta do that again for the redo. And like, it slaps the second time around too. It's like eating food that's way too spicy. Burns on the way in, burns on the way out.
Anyway, I'm Flyer. I'm the funny skeleton. If you're watching the YouTube video, I'm the funny skeleton on the screen. If you're not looking at it through that, you can see more of me on twitch.tv/Flyer3232. And I'm joined by the other regular hosts of this technical nightmare, Technical Cake Mix.
Hello.
And Devon Voivio.
Hi, how's it going?
What, is it Devon Voivio or the fucking Pharaoh from Yu-Gi-Oh joining us?
It's funny.
Honestly, it's the same thing.
It's funny that you bring that up. So, as you guys know, we're not too far out from Christmas. The day that this premieres will be the Friday before Christmas. And I actually went out of my way and I purchased, I was getting gifts at Five Below just for stocking stuffer stuff. And, while we were there, they have a little Yugi and little Kaiba plush, like little Kaiba pillows, like chibi pillows of them. And I picked them both up, and I immediately started doing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged voices with them. And I was just like, Alex, like, are you gonna buy those for somebody? I'm like, yeah, me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I'm just I got this little Kaiba and this little Yugi. He's like, Yugi, today will be the day I defeat you. He's like, shut up, Kaiba, you're chibi.
I mean, I've bought main gifts at Five Below. Actually, I found the Animal Crossing Monopoly at Five Below.
Hell yeah!
I found it for $7 there. I bought it at Barnes & Noble. We saw it at like a day later for like 30-something bucks. Well, so check your Barnes & Noble. You can find good stuff there.
I actually picked up two things for you while we're there. One is a gag gift. The other is a gift that you could genuinely use. I'm just gonna tell you because it's not like a big deal. I did get you a journal that you can use for like for taking new notes for videos and stuff, because I figure you might need one. But I am throwing but I am throwing the gag gift into the journal, so you'll enjoy it because it's pretty funny. And when you get it, I can't wait to see your reaction. So
fair enough. He knows what I'm getting him because that's what he asked for. I'm getting him a card binder.
I needed one. Yeah,
he asked for one. You do have to exclusively put female monsters in it, though, so that way it's a binder full of women.
Oh, my God.
I don't care if that election was 14 years ago. That joke will never not be funny to me.
Binders full of women. What was it? Our Money, whatever?
Yeah, it was Mitt Romney.
Oh, yeah. It's like an album. Someone made like an album cover that said like Our Money, Binders full of women.
Oh, Christ. That's going to be one of those sound bites that lives forever in political infamy, isn't it?
God. Yeah. Yeah. What was that? Like 2000? Was that 2008 or 2012? I forget.
No, 2012. You're
right. 2012,
yeah. It was Obama's re-election, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2012. What's the other one from that election? The zinger. Yes, we don't have all these boats in the Navy now because we use submarines that go under the water. Same way we don't use horses and bayonets anymore. Like, I just remember that quote as well from that election cycle.
I don't remember that one, actually.
I think, yeah. It was around the same time as Bayonets Full of Women. Bayonets Full of Women.
Bayonets Full of Women? That's a little fucked, don't you think?
Oh, fucking hell.
Could be worse. Could be Women Full of Bayonets.
Bayonetta?
No! Women Full of Bayonets. That just sounds like a specific battle in the American Revolution.
I mean, Women Full of Bayonetta sounds like,
Women Full of Bayonetta is just like your average fan fiction.
About to
Women
say
Full of Bayonetta is basically the B plot of Bayonetta 2. I don't know what you're talking about.
I wouldn't. I don't think I've played. Actually, no, I have not played Bayonetta or Bayonetta 2 because I just don't want to.
Ah, man. But yeah, I think I got most of my holiday shopping done. I would have more of it done if I hadn't,
Oh, yeah.
Rudolph.
Adam assaulted Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on his way home from whatever he was doing last night.
Christmas shopping.
How could you
Motherfucker
do
ain't
that?
coming.
Rudolph was asking for it.
In my defense, right, I was not... The car is mostly fine. Some body work needs to be dealt with. In my defense, he was hiding behind a bush. I was not going particularly fast it was, because I live in a deer-heavy area, so I was kind of, like, already on the lookout for it. I pulled to the side of the road. You know, I couldn't stop in time for it, because I realized, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to stop for this, because it's there. But it was off to the side of the road. So I do the thing you do when there's an object on the side of the road. You pull out a bit. You know, you kind of go around it. I've slowly slowed down. I'm maybe doing 25-ish miles an hour at this point, you know? The reason I couldn't see it from before was it was hiding behind a massive bush thing. So I hit the brakes and go down. And then at the last possible second, the fucker bolts, like, across my car, and I catch the back end of it. So I smacked it on the ass, and it took out my headlight and a panel on the side of the car there. So, yeah, if Rudolph flies with a limp, tell him that he had it coming.
I wish you'd hit Donner.
fly
Donner's a dick.
Yeah, but can he fly with a limp? Or do you have to walk?
I mean,
Don't even get me started on Blitzen.
Blitz, an actual war criminal.
I've seen Blitzen's tweets. Fucking, there ain't no apology video gonna solve that problem.
Blitzen is
There's a reason why he's known as Blitzenkrieg
oh
when he
fuck.
flies over Europe.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh. I was gonna make it a less dark joke than that, but never mind. Fly set the damn tone.
Holy
Fuck.
shit. Oh my god.
Did Santa Claus get him through Operation Paperclip or? Oh god. Speaking of
So-
where did that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song come from anyway?
Gene
Is it from that
Autry?
movie or?
I don't know.
What was the origin of that song?
You know what? Great
Was it
question.
not the Rankin Bass special with the Burl Ives?
I do not know. Apparently, it was created by Robert L. May. Older Rudolph, books Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. First appearance 1939. Apparently it was from a book or so. I'm not sure where the song came from, but apparently, yeah, the animated special everyone knows is from the 60s.
Yeah, the Rankin Bass one.
Yeah.
They also did The Hobbit.
Why did I say Gene Autry? It was Bing Crosby. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
No, I'm not wrong. There was a version of the song sung with Gene Autry, but it was a fucking chipmunk song. God damn it.
Yeah. Was an
Fucking-
American this okay, so the song originates 1949. And it was originally written by a guy called Johnny Marks, who sounds like he belongs in Cyberpunk.
Johnny Marks, the first digital communist.
Yeah, there's notable recordings include Bing Crosby, Spike Jones, Red Foley, the Cadillacs, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Melodies, Burl Ives, and the Temptations. Huh. What if Earth, Wind, and Fire ever done Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
That, I don't want to make this an episode where we talk about nothing but Christmas songs. I would like to point out, I still have not lost one. As of this recording, I have not lost Whamageddon. I'm still in it.
Fuck you.
Bite
Yep,
me.
we're both in it still.
My wife got me on the goddamn third. She was scrolling through TikTok and didn't even realize it was playing, and I was walking in the hallway and I hear it, and I'm like, I recognize it. I'm like, oh, you absolute cunt. And I yelled, she's like, what? And I'm like, what are you playing? And then she realized and let out the loudest, fuck! She could. For those who don't know, Whamageddon is a game played by degenerates like ourselves throughout the entire month of December. Actually, no, from December the 1st until December the 25th. The idea is to go as long as you can without hearing the Christmas classic Last Christmas, originally recorded by Wham! And, of course, of George Michael. Now, I have been successful in winning this for the past 9 or 10 years, even when I was working retail at a big box electronics store. Don't ask me how I did it, because I don't fucking know. And yet, the first year I'm not working, second year, so I'm not working a retail job. I get whammed by my wife on the third, quite literally whammed by goddamn TikTok. Fucking hell.
I mean, I would react the same way if I just randomly heard Wham out of nowhere. I'd be like, wow, that definitely is Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. What the fuck?
Wake me up before you go.
No, stop. We'll get DMCA claim. Stop. Don't listen to this one.
I'm glad you think my singing's that good.
Oh, no, I don't. I also want you to stop singing because that was god-awful. Like, I'm pretty sure George Michael is just generating electricity in his grave from all the rolling he's doing.
You know he died on Christmas?
Yeah, I know. I made the joke to my mom. It was really pissed her off. I said, Mom, George Michael passed away. She's like, oh, no. I'm like, I guess this really was this last Christmas. And she just gave me this look. And I'm like, I'll shut up now.
But yeah, no, he died. I remember like driving back from Christmas with Liz's family one year, and just my mother-in-law had the radio on, and just like, and today in sad news, George Michael, best known for his music career, has passed away. And I'm like, how the fuck did that happen on Christmas? That's
what
a
are the
shit
odds?
day to go.
Oh, actually, I was like, what are the odds? And then we're gonna think about it's like, oh well, 1 in 365, really.
So the worst one I've heard of is William Shakespeare's death. Do you know when he died?
No.
On his birthday, midway through his birthday party.
That sucks.
Yeah, what a way to ruin the fucking vibe, dude.
Bro, you just party foul. Dying on your birthday, bro.
The ultimate party foul. Now we got to pickle you in gin.
Which is worse, spilling a beer or dying on your birthday?
Now, hold on a minute. Shakespeare was a notorious jackass, so potentially him dying during his birthday party was a mood lifter. Oh, thank fucking Christ, you don't have to listen to his play anymore.
Why is Shakespeare hanging out with Scotsmen?
Why not?
Why not? He's
Only
a degenerate drunk. Who
only
else
people
is he
that can
gonna hang
tolerate
out
him?
with?
Yeah.
Have you seen most of London?
No, I tried not to.
Yeah,
I don't even want to imagine London back then. You want me to imagine London right now?
Imagine both. It doesn't get any better.
What part of we don't want to imagine it do we not get, Adam?
Oh, dearie me.
The only downside of London is that the tower is not big enough to house the whole population.
Toy!
I still remember the jokes where people were just like, what was it? It's like a second bus has hit Big Ben.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus. But,
They hit the fucking Parliament building.
Wouldn't be the first time someone's tried to take out the Parliament building, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm aware. We know about Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, and he wasn't even the first to try.
He
and
should have succeeded.
You know, there was I think it was the 80s. The IRA had like it wasn't Parliament building. It was Number 10. The IRA had a van full of fertilizer parked outside of Number 10 Downing Street for like 24 hours when I realized that van should have
Hold on a minute. You said Guy Fawkes wasn't even the first guy to talk about it, and you're now describing a thing that would have happened 500 years afterwards.
Yeah. And they
Please explain to me how that makes it earlier than the first one.
because my brain is a scattered mess and I got sidetracked with a different story. But yeah, no, I'm trying to remember there's someone who tried to do it like 100 years before Guy Fawkes did. I'm trying to remember who the hell it was.
but he didn't have the cool anonymous mask.
I can't remember because Guy Fawkes was smart about it. I say smart about it until he got caught. Guy Fawkes was smart about it in that he basically intended to basically blow the foundations of the building cave on itself. This other guy was really dumb and tried burning it down.
Well,
From the outside, it's a stone building. Good luck, dumbass.
Well, you got to remember that Guy Fawkes was defeated not by the ingenuity and the cleverness of the guards of the Parliament building, but by the regular Catholic Karens that would have seen him rowing across the Thames with barrels full of gunpowder.
Wait, rowing across.
He was caught by the neighborhood guard,
rowing
the neighborhood
across
watch,
the what?
the thems,
It's the Thames.
the thems,
The Thames.
Damn.
the thammies.
Oh my.
I thought Guy Fawkes was stopped by James McTeague. Is that the guy who directed that movie?
No, it was the ones behind the Matrix movies did V for Vendetta, didn't they? The Wachowskis?
The Wachowskis?
I think it was them. I think it was them. Well, I think they produced it. I know they were involved. I remember them being involved. It's an alright film.
No, the screenplay was done by the Wachowskis.
Gotcha. And Alan Moore said it was a gigantic pile of shit. And he might not be wrong, to be fair with you.
Well, Alan Moore also said that it was very appropriate to watch and read dog shit, so he probably thought it was a great experience.
I love Alan Moore. He's like one of my heroes.
Every time I think of Alan Moore, I just think about that Halloween picture where he has the face painted. He's the mandrill.
The mandrill?
Yeah, you don't know that picture?
No.
Well, now I gotta give it to you.
The only mandrill I know of is Spark Mandrill.
The only mandrill I know of is the 70s jazz band, Mandrill.
Whenever I think of Alan Moore, all I always remember is, oddly enough, I always remember Christmas time with the guy. Because every year in his local area of Northampton, he donates, I forget how many turkeys to the local homeless shelter and food bank. I forget. It's something crazy like at least a few hundred every single year. It's just really sweet. The guy is sworn off the industry. He's sworn off Hollywood. He's
Jesus.
off doing witchcraft with his 2 wives and just being goofy, fun Alan Moore.
Wow,
Every now
Alan
and
Moore.
then he
How
comes
come
up
your
with
mom
something
lets you have 2 wives?
I mean, do you want the answer to that?
No.
Well, because he wrote the best comic of all time, Watchmen. Like, the man can do what the fuck he wants, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, the man's a vibe. The man's a hero of mine. He's not the ultimate hero. He's definitely a hero of mine.
I can live with
Also
that.
appeared in The Simpsons. Also appeared on The Simpsons, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about The Simpsons at all recently. Let's be real.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
I'm not sure if you've heard Marge's voice actress in the last couple of years, but
No.
it turns out voice acting a character who sounds like she gargled rocks for the first 12 years of her life kind of does a number on your throat, and maybe you should stop doing it after, I don't know, 30 fucking years.
Yeah, I heard about her because to be fair, the voice actress is also quite old, isn't she? I forget how old she is now. She's got to be in her.
She's got to be at least in her 60s.
I think she's older than that. Hang on, Marge Simpson voice actress.
Yeah, Julie
Kavner.
yeah.
She's 72.
Yeah, it might be time to just okay, here's the thing. Here's my thing. Are they gonna stop airing The Simpsons? They have to, right?
Not if they can help it.
What's the point? It's to people. Okay, genuine question for anybody. I don't care, but does The Simpsons still have a strong TV presence? Do people still watch The Simpsons? Like the newer episodes?
So, looking over season 33 of The Simpsons, which is the most recent one I can find details of right now, it looks like it attracted an average audience of at least 2 million viewers per episode. Yeah. The highest ever watched episode was the initial episode, which came in at 4.1 million, and the lowest was looks like episode 4 here with 1.157 million. So yeah, it looks like it still pretty consistently draws in anything between 1 to 4 million viewers per episode, which is kind of crazy because no one. I'm not gonna say no one cares about The Simpsons anymore because that's a lie,
No, I mean I
just read the numbers. Very obviously, about 1 to 4 million people do.
That's shocking because I'm not saying it because I don't watch TV anymore. I know people still watch television, but in this current day and age, it is a very heavy streaming world. But I mean, because I know my father-in-law, he still watches television, but he also watches a lot of stuff on Netflix. My father-in-law, love the guy to death. He is the type of guy that will just put some random movie on Netflix and just watch it while having dinner and drinking a beer. And it's just I want to pick his brain sometimes when it comes to the films he watches, because I feel like he is the type of person that these studios and these executives are trying to advertise to, because he'll just watch anything. It's because I noticed the difference between me and him, and it's just like so we were watching this Murderville Christmas special, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Murderville or whatever the hell it is, but apparently, okay, so apparently what Murderville is, it is a series on Netflix where they have a cast of actors who are doing sketch comedy, and of these actors, there's usually a murder that's happening like on the set, like somebody dies like in the episode. And in order to solve the murder, they bring in 2 actors who have no clue what's going on. They have no lines. They have no prior knowledge of the script or anything like that. And they're brought in and they have to solve the mystery. And this episode, the Christmas special, was really good because they had Jason Bateman and Maya Rudolph. And if you know me, I love those actors. I love Arrested Development. I really liked Maya Rudolph in The Good Place. And apparently in the new show she's in, I don't remember what show it's called, but apparently it's really good too. I want to check that out.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying it. It was really funny. The comedy was great. Watching Jason Bateman play off Will Arnett like they used to in Arrested Development was great. Maya Rudolph coming in and it's really a fun time. If you want to watch it, go ahead. However, at the end, they had introduced another actor, and it was Pete Davidson. And I was like, he's not funny. They brought him in at the end. He was not funny. He almost fucked up the last scene too, and it was just bad all around when he got there. Like, my enjoyment of the episode tanked like a fucking rock in water, man. Like, it was like gone. Like, because it's just like, I see that man, and I'm just like, you're not funny. I don't think you're funny, and why are you here? I just, no, go away. It was a bad time at the end.
Yeah, speaking of not funny, the highest rated television show, as in terms of viewership, that is, which is how American television shows seem to be
Don't say Big
ranked,
Bang.
Is Young Sheldon.
What the
spin-off
fuck?
of the Big Bang Theory. Yeah, with an
the same
average
thing.
audience of 7 million people, and like, I'm actually looking. It looks like obviously the trend of cable is definitely going down in viewership, where streaming services are taking off. It's not the highest rated thing of this television season, I guess, how Americans... I don't know how that works in the States. I mean, the highest rated thing is, act surprise, it was the World Cup final.
Oh, wow. What are the odds? Oh, my gosh. World Cup final being the most rated thing, most watched thing.
Yeah.
Wow. What are the fucking odds?
Yeah, 16.7 million viewers, which makes sense. But to be fair, I was also on 2 channels. English was on Fox Sports and the Spanish was on Telemundo.
Yeah, also global thing.
Yeah. But like, that surprises me because like I don't know. It looks like the average television viewership has just crashed in recent years. So it would be interesting to have a TV exec pick your father-in-law's brain, because what keeps him from just not keeping cable and just getting a cheaper streaming plan, you know? What's keeping him from YouTube TV? What's keeping him from Hulu? What's keeping him from whatever the other one's called that I forget off the top of my head, you know?
That's a great question, because like we just got cable through Spectrum because I convinced him to get better internet, and it's better. The internet here is a lot better now than what it was, because you know how bad it is currently. Yeah. It was better than how it was. So yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's just really interesting because it's just like I don't watch TV anymore. I really don't, because like when you work for a company that makes TV their whole thing, you kind of stop giving a shit about television. And they really want you to be like, yeah, no, talk to the people about your favorite TV shows. This is a great job for people who love TV. And I'm just like, I could see that. But I fucking hate television. I hate ads. Can't stand ads, and it's just like watching TV is just a fucking nightmare now. Like I can't do it. And I tried.
Also, millennials. Like,
True.
Millennials don't watch TV. That's the thing. Like, so it's an interesting thing from back home, right? Because we have Freeview back home, which is like free television, which gives you some extra channels, right? The amount of millennials who watch it late night and they'll watch the same handful of shows is staggering, and then they just won't watch anything else. They just watch the same 2 or 3 same shows. Compare that to the amount of streaming content they watch. It's it's ridiculous. Like you see some of these, just a recent example, right? So I was looking at that Simpsons thing, and I think the most recent episode scored an audience of about 2.5 billion viewers, right? Now I'm just going to go right now to YouTube.com, and I am going to go to just a recent uploaded video from a major channel that I actually watched earlier today, and that is this is the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat video from Video Game Donkey. Has already got 500,000 views. It's already got a quarter of that viewership. And you're like, that's only going to increase. We're now at the point now where we're seeing these free streaming content on the internet is getting TV ratings. If not higher.
You're right. I was gonna say, speaking of like, you know, massive views, a YouTuber that I watch, Lythero, he released a video yesterday, and it's at 680,000 views. The video before that, the Shadow the Hedgehog video, 1.1 million views 2 weeks ago.
All right, I got one. I'm looking at AlphaRad right now. As of the time of this recording, 6 hours ago, he put up a video that says Mario Party, but we're all blindfolded, has 250,000 views in 6 hours.
I believe it. Linus Tech Tips. I'm looking at the most recent episode on this one as part of that Intel Tech upgrade series, where they do the staff's a $5,000 upgrade. 9 hours ago at 671,000 views. And you're like, these people are punching their weight with television. Like, you go back a couple of days and it just increases 1.4 million views, 1.1 million views, 1.9 million views, 1.6 million views. Like, this has more viewership than the average episode of Family Guy. And because millennials don't give a shit about, like, TV schedules. Why the hell would I want to watch something on a schedule, you know? They said the ads out of the equation. Let's be real. That's the biggest thing. Devon, are you going to commit every single week at 10 p.m. on the same night to be able to go watch your shows? Or have you got something else to do that you might be doing at 10 p.m. on that night?
Absolutely not. I can't. I would not. Like, because it's just like I like to play games, and I like to, like, you know, talk with my friends. So I'm not going to be playing. I'm not going to be watching TV as much. When I do want to watch something, it's probably going to be during the day when I've got free. Like, if I'm not busy, like if I'm not working, I have nothing to do. But even then, I'm going to watch something on a streaming platform. Like, I will admit, as much as I fucking hate Hulu, they do have one of my favorite shows of all time available to stream. They've got you know, What We Do in the Shadows, which I love that fucking show, and
need to watch the new season of that still.
Yeah, and then they've also got Letterkenny, and the new season of Letterkenny comes out Monday, and I'm gonna watch the hell out of that when it drops.
Need to watch the new season of that. And the reason I didn't was I finished all the way up to right as the new season started coming out, because it was airing on television first. It was coming out one episode at a time, and I hate that. I just want to, like, sit down and watch like 3 or 4 episodes back to back. You know what I mean? I hate having to wait a week for an episode. Disney Plus, stop doing this shit. Jesus Christ. Sorry, annoys me.
No, go right ahead. That's fine.
Right, just give me the binge.
Yeah. Which, and honestly though, I mean, again, I also hate the dropping a couple episodes. We had this issue with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, because they gave us like the first like half of Part 6. And I'm not sure if they did a weekly release of that or if they dropped them all at once there. And then, like, with no fanfare and no notification at all, they just dropped the next, like, last half of season of Part 6. And I'm just sitting here like, why did you not care? Like, people were really excited about Part 6. Like, Part 6 is a lot of people's favorite part. And the voice actress for Part 6, who I follow, who follows me on Twitter, actually, we're mutuals, Kira Buckland, amazing voice actress, by the way. Like, she was the one I saw promoting this more than fucking Netflix was. I'm like, what is up with that?
But it's unusual for Netflix to do that, because they're like the Puritans of doing it all at once, you know? Mm-hmm. They're like, they know the value of that binge. They know people want to just put something on and leave it on and go for the whole series in one go, you know?
Yeah, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But I mean, shout outs to Kira Buckland, by the way. I highly doubt you listen to this podcast. If you did, I'm shocked. But fantastic job as Youlean. You killed it, and everyone knew you would, because that's kind of just the role that you were kind of born for, and I love to see it. You love to see it. Manifest.
I would say shout out to Netflix.
That directly adds Kira Buckland with the video link.
No. Yeah. Do not, please.
Added Twitter, social media man, you know what to do.
No, don't.
I would say shout out to Netflix, but like the quality of Netflix has actually gone drastically down in the past few years, I've noticed. This is not me like getting all preachy, like, they're making too much of this X or Y. I'm just noticing in general, like, for every one good Netflix thing, there's like 5 or 6 just terrible things out there now. I mean, that's that.
Back to the idea about the kind of big quotes the death of traditional media. Markiplier got nominated for an Emmy, and that's virtually unheard of.
Yeah.
He is basically leading the charge of what is to be big quotes new style content, I think.
That's a big deal.
Germa, I can think of. Like, I would say those two are kind of more or less pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a new type of. I hate using the word content creator, but that's the word we've all agreed on is what they are. But
yeah, I mean, it's better than the other word. Influencer.
Which is
influencer. God, no.
Right.
I wouldn't even say they're influencers. Like they're absolutely content creators, and it's just wild seeing a YouTube content creator nominated for an Emmy. That's yeah, you're right. That's literally unheard of, and I think it just kind of goes to show like the swinging.
I'll be honest.
Go ahead.
No, I'll be honest. I kind of wish it was Germa's Dollhouse that got nominated, and not In Space with Markiplier, which is a great series. You should watch it.
I mean, I need to. It's been a while since I watched Markiplier's stuff, but I mean, it's crazy that it shows the swinging power that YouTube content creators have. Like these people have when they're making their shows, when they're making their content, because this is their livelihood, but they're also putting everything into it, and it also kind of shows how shitty some YouTubers are treated. Because like there are some YouTubers that put out great content, and YouTube is just like, oh, this might have the F word in it. You can't, it's censored now. Less money for you. Like example that recently happened was with, and this still happens, but it happened like with Summoning Salt a few months ago, where he uploaded his Mega Man 2 speedrunning video, which if you haven't watched that, please go ahead and give the re-upload a watch. Where there was a part like 45 minutes into the video where someone said fuck several times, and due to that, it was like 7 times in a row. They were like fuck, like that, just like that, and that scene alone caused the video to be demonetized or censored in or cut in a way. He was making less money from it, and it was hidden by the algorithm because of it. And I'm just like, that is so shitty. Like, I understand that YouTube is trying to make this platform. Okay, I guess it's going to become a YouTube ranting episode. But like, YouTube's using the platform, and they know that they get a lot of money out of kids, because what will happen is that parents will give their phone to kids, put it on YouTube Kids, and just play stuff that's for kids and walk away. And here's the thing. YouTube is not a fucking substitute for a babysitter, first and foremost. Secondly, YouTube needs to stop catering to children, because they're fucking over these content creators. Like, this is their livelihood. And I think that it's just really unfair to them. It's just like, look, you can set this to where it's not for children, or it shouldn't be for kids under a certain age, and then not have to worry about it. Yeah, it's bullshit, is what it is.
I mean, the fact that we have platform like this that will give you access to, I don't know, let me just list off some H-Bomber guy, Defunct Land, like you said, Summoning Salt. Who's another one? Tier Zoo. I don't know.
Several different
people. And it's just actively kicking them in the dick.
It's bizarre. It's a weird place to be, because there's... Where else are you going to find this content? But where else are you going to put this content? That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I think the main problem with this is that here's the thing. YouTube is a business.
Yeah.
Start with that. It makes sense that they're going to make decisions that are purely like profit driven.
Yeah.
A lot of kids go on YouTube, okay, promote kids content.
Right.
Or Twitch. It's like, okay, Twitch, how many thousands, if not millions, of small streamers are out there that have, I don't know, 0 to 2 viewers?
I actually saw a stat.
They should be getting a lot more, but they're not going to, because it's like, oh, you're not making the platform money. Why should we promote you? And it's like, where do you go? All of the competitors have now been driven into the dirt, or like into nothingness, because we've allowed this kind of, I hate to use the word, but monopolization of content into like 3 different places. And it's funny because, to circle back around to the streaming thing, do you remember when Netflix was the only one in this game?
Yeah.
Yes.
When they would like deliver, you could order DVDs and they send them to you, and then you send them back.
Well, I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, like, not even that. Like, just like how they would operate.
Yeah,
I
the only
remember.
ones that had streaming options as well as the DVD options.
Yeah, because there was a whole bunch of different things. Now, if I want to say, I don't know, watch Godzilla, where?
Yeah.
Like the original, you can't find it. Good luck. It used to be on Netflix. Where is it now? Because now we're in the age where because when Netflix came about, there was the problem with cable television, where it was like everything was just scattered around goddamn everywhere. And Netflix came in and they said, okay, what if we kind of like smush it together, right, in one spot? And then the big company saw this, and Disney saw that, and they went, well, I don't want that. Disney Plus. Paramount saw that and said, Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
You know, and all of these things started to crop up, and it just became cable networks, but online.
Well, I mean, you're also skipping. I'm not defending Hulu on this one. You are skipping Hulu, and that one alone was a big deal because for the longest time, it was free streaming. It just had ads in it, and then
Hulu was there, Tubi is there,
and they became like the cheaper streaming option because of the ads, and it was way cheaper than the alternatives because it was like $6.99 compared to Hulu, which was like, compared to Netflix, which was like $10, compared to HBO, which was like $15, compared to all these other ones. So like, yeah, but you're right.
Well, HBO is a unique case in this because HBO predates all of this. HBO was like a 70s, 80s thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was very Stars,
Cinemax, is that the other American one?
Yeah, Cinemax. Those are the main 3 that I can think of. Were more of a, I hate to use the word, it's not accurate, big quotes, adult.
Yeah.
Mature, I guess, would be a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, but
I know HBO. So a lot of the HBO shows that aired in the UK aired on Sky. So Sky is the leading premium television provider in the UK. Satellite television, as the island's small enough in the UK that you can use satellite and actually get a good signal. The big thing with a lot of the HBO shows, though, they would end up being sent up to Sky, and you'd have to have their package to get like Sky One or whatever. So things like Game of Thrones in recent memory were aired on Sky. What's the other one that people really like? The mob one, Sopranos. Mm-hmm. Was a big deal when that came over because that was on Sky. What was cool was they aired it late night after the Watershed, so they were uncensored. You didn't have these weird like daytime edits of shows that you get here in the States, which is always throws me through a loop.
Right.
But particularly watching South Park was weird.
Yeah, but you're also talking about a country that actively promotes the television license.
For BBC channels, yeah. For the BBC.
But anyway, but back to what we were talking about. It's unfair because like they have the punching weight. They can do these things. They can compete with these television properties, but like they're getting actively fucked over for doing it. I mean, I remember back when Team 4-Star was working on Dragon Ball Z Abridged, right? And there was a point where they got hit with a copyright strike and almost their entire channel was gone overnight. And, Kaiser was like, that is like 10 years of my life gone overnight. Or it was Kaiser or Lanny, one of the two. And it was just gone. And they had to get it back, and they got it back. But it's just like, could you imagine that happening to you? Could you imagine like your entire career, your entire life's worth that you've been working on, the series that you put your everything into, what got you to where you are today, is just suddenly ripped off the internet because Toei Animation was just like, oh, you made fun of Dragon Ball? Gone, deleted, goodbye, without understanding the transformative property of what Dragon Ball Z Abridged is, because it's
yeah, I totally can.
To play devil's advocate on that. Yes, it's parody, but on the other hand, it's also just using what's already there, so you can understand why a conservative Japanese company would look at that and be very confused.
There's another key thing to keep in mind as well is that fair use laws do not exist in Japan. The amount of red tape we got to go through just to show an image of a series, let alone clips from a series, is ridiculous. There's a bunch of YouTube people I follow who are based in Japan, and they're like, yeah, this is why I send things to my American editor to upload, because what the shit, this is dumb as hell. There's a reason why you see these all cross collaborations, and they will basically go through that way. Like, fair use laws annoy us to the point in Japan where if you give away too much of the plot in a review, the company that put out whatever it is you're reviewing might turn around and sue you.
Well, see, like, I've written a paper on fair. Yeah, no, I've written a paper when I was in college. I wrote a paper on fair use and copyright law. You know, so I've done a lot of research on it, and it's insane, just like how it gets abused sometimes. You know, it's just it is transformative. It's a transformative property. It is parody. That's why they're allowed to do that sort of thing with the content, and yet, you know, just because they don't like it, or Toei is just like, oh, you're using our content, or however people want to view it, it's really not fair. I mean, like, it's parody. I mean, how is Weird Al going to be able to fucking record, you know, fucking Like a Surgeon and get away with it, but like I can't do a funny haha with Dragon Ball and get away with it? It's like it's not fair.
Well, a lot of it also these Japanese.
Well, Madonna is not in Japan. Number one.
Yes.
True.
A lot of these Japanese companies have also had it their way for 50, 60, in some case 70 plus years, and they're used to swinging their weight around. Yeah, they used to swinging their weight around, and the problem now happens when they come to this new digital age, and they come to an American website based on American copyright laws, and they go, hey, no, you can't do this, and then they get slapped right back in the face, and they basically, for lack of a better term, throw their toys out of the pram. I forget the name of the guy, the much smaller anime YouTube person, who got hit and ended up just deleting their channel because there's no way he could fight it. Because it was just that massive from a couple of production companies. Like, they just do this. They will throw their weight around because they figure it's easier to basically bully somebody than it is to actually kind of follow the T of the law. Now, more and more people are aware of it, and the Team 4-star incident was like a really visible incident of it happening. It was very clear what Toei was trying to do.
It's a wake-up call.
Yeah, and like, there's been a lot more pressure on them. Google has significantly waded in because they're like, yeah, no, you're actually abusing the copyright system here for basically BS claims. So keep this up, and we'll remove your ability to make claims.
I think the same thing happened with with LS Mark, who also does a bunch of anime reviews. Which, if you haven't seen LS Mark, I highly recommend him because he's pretty good. I like watching his reviews, especially on OG Dragon Ball, not just Dragon Ball Z. There is a man out there who reviewed OG Dragon Ball and liked it. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's you're right. I mean, a lot of these companies are abusing that, and it's fucked up, man. It's really not cool because there are a lot of hilarious, amazing content creators on this platform. I will 100% admit to that. There are so many people out there who make great content, and it's just really unfortunate that they get shafted by these companies sometimes, you know, and I wish YouTube and I wish Google would step in and try to defend them more. Like, you know, like you said, yes, Google did step in when the whole Team 4-star thing happened, or when all those bogus copyright claims were coming in, and they did help put a stop to that. And you have seen it significantly less. I will admit that it's not as bad as it used to be. However,
it's a fraction of what it used to be, because I used to get at least one or two bogus ones a week of people claiming to be people who own certain things, trying to basically run ads on videos. I used to get a lot on my Sadako Says Kayako video, which I think is actually the most viewed review on the channel. And it'll be like random Russian people trying to claim, oh yeah, I represent this distribution company, and I was like, yeah, fuck off. Put the counter claim in, and it was always resolved very, very quickly. But yeah, it hasn't happened in a while since they stepped up the verification claim thing, because there's also issues before now where people were making fake claims and pretending to be companies and putting in claims under the name, which is all sorts of messed up.
But I was gonna say, however, the issue now is that YouTube's own system, their content system, is fucking over the content creators. Like I said earlier with the summoning salt video, it's like, that's bullshit, dude. Like, you have content creators on here that are making content that pulls in 1 million plus views. Like, think of the fucking ad revenue you're getting off of that one video alone. Now multiply it by, like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50? I mean, like, how many people in the channel hit 1 million plus views? We said, like, what, 5, 6 alone in one breath? Like, there's more than that. Even when we don't even watch. There are YouTubers that my wife watches that probably get 1 million plus views that I've never fucking heard of. I mean, the same thing could be said for you, Adam. There's probably some of your wife watches that my wife, myself, and you and Flyer don't watch. And they probably have 1 million plus views. So it's just like, why are you fucking over what's bringing you money?
Because the advertisers don't want to put their ads on it, basically. And a lot of it isn't that they're worried about another adpocalypse. It's that the advertisers, let's be real in this situation, kind of have all of the power. They're holding all of the cards. The second they say no, the ad money stops and YouTube is, up shit creek. So a lot of it is that it's like, we want to control this the same way we control traditional media. Because a lot of the ads you'll see on traditional television, right, are time of day things. Because they know that, they'll pay a premium or they'll aim for a certain time slot for a certain product to get a certain audience. You know what I mean? They're not going to put kids' toys on at 11 p.m. at night. Now, they're going to put that shit on during the Saturday morning cartoon hour.
Well, okay, so you can take that logic, though, right? And you can apply it to a YouTube channel. Like, if you are watching content from, say, for example, like what Flyer said, Alpharad. Okay, so we take a look at Alpharad's channel, and his last, like, 5 videos, or his most watched videos here, I'm just like the last, like, week. Let's take a look at the last week. So there was Mario Party, but we're all blindfolded, My Problem with Pokemon Violet, and Undertale has online multiplayer now. So, like, the obviously, the people you would advertise to that are going to be, like, millennials, people who like video games, people who like Undertale. So, like,
what do you mean? Pokemon's played by 8-year-olds. That's a YouTube kids thing.
We all know who plays Pokemon now. No joking.
No. You and I do. But does the advertiser? If you go to the man in the suit who's 70 years old sitting behind his mahogany desk and you say Pokemon, he looks at you like you've just said a word that doesn't exist in any known language and you just said alien words to him.
Yeah, that's.
And he goes, "That's the thing with the Nintendo mouse."
Yeah, that's the big thing, Devon. Flies completely right on this. The advertising industry is, for lack of a better term, ran by boomers,
which is insane. Because you'd think that they would want to be up to date with what all of these things. You'd think that they would want to be on the cutting edge of all of it.
No.
And they're not.
There's want to be boomers. They're starting to catch on. You see, like, particularly on platforms like TikTok, you see these hilariously bad corporate videos there, but it kind of is what it is. And now it's funny, they have added, like, steps to try and get more targeted ads on videos for people. Like, when you upload a video, I think since 2-3 years ago now, it'll ask you, is this video made for kids? Which will try and work out what it's going to advertise to people. But there's things they could do if they were to, for example, let content creators put on their own age ratings. Like, for example, I would say my content is mostly suitable for people, say, 15 years and older for the most part,
I can see that.
I could then, maybe, if the advertisers wanted, they could be like, okay, 15 years or older, they're more interested in this sort of product, and bam, off they go from there. I mean, it makes more sense from YouTube, and they're taking steps in the right direction. A lot of it is that they don't hold all the cards, and I think they're trying to find the best solution to the problem of both advertising dollars coming in to keep them afloat and also keeping people happy, particularly traditional media companies who want to throw these copyright strikes left, right, and center sometimes. And the good news is it's definitely mostly Japanese companies at this point. A lot of the Western companies are just back the fuck off, particularly after the H3H3, what's his name, bald guy, I forget his actual name, that lawsuit, when effectively fair use on YouTube was written into case law.
Yeah. Well, and I think you're right, but, like, because it is, I think that's probably why we don't see, like, abridged series anymore on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not that they've gone
with the Japanese.
I was gonna say, not that they've gone by the wayside, but it's kind of because like they had to, you know, like the only one I still think is going is like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and even then, Martin rarely uploads it anymore, and that's fine. I understand Martin's a one man guy working on this, and he's going through some stuff right now. But you know, I'm always happy to see a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged whenever it pops up, so that's fine. Yeah. But like he's kind of like
the website as a backup, so you can always just post it there.
True.
Worst case scenario.
True. But and you're right. It does seem like it is Western companies, or I'm sorry, you know, the Japanese companies doing it, and that's why there's certain media you don't see anymore. But it's also like a lot of channels are also like having to change the way that they're showing their content. Like for example, one has been Game Grumps, because like the way that Game Grumps used to do their episode uploads is that they would say, you know, game title, episode number, and then like joke title or whatever the hell it was, you know, back I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. And now it's just like random shit, and it's like it doesn't make any sense, and you can't tell what game is what, but it's just like apparently that works for them, you know, and that's
the
like
the clickbait type thing. Or?
Yeah, like the last upload was like spreading Christmas cheer with a shotgun. I don't know what fucking game that is. And then apparently the episode that said Wendy's was like the best of, I'm not sure if it was this year or March or sorry, this year or December. You know, how would I know that? And it's just like, I don't know if like any of these are part of a series. I don't know if any of these are part of like single episodes. I don't know. And
yeah, they should take a clue out of the Linus book, because like Linus Tech Tips also does that kind of title out of forced adaptability to survive, because let's be real, a lot of what they cover is not particularly interesting to the layman. However, you know, they still get millions upon millions of views a day. So what they'll do is, for example, just to bring it up again, Samsung is hiding this monitor's best feature, Odyssey OLED G8 review. So you know exactly what it is. We're going to be reviewing the Samsung Odyssey OLED monitor. If I go down, the fastest CPU on the planet, ... Again, the thumbnail has AMD's EPIC chip in there. So, you know, immediately, oh, this is to do with the AMD EPIC chip. You know what I mean? They got to take... I understand doing that sort of thing, because annoyingly, the algorithm definitely rewards big dumb face clickbait. That's just sadly how it is. That's
another one that was going around for a while that YouTubers were doing was like fake Discord messages between people. Like that was another one that we were doing for titles. And like, that's fucking weird. I don't know why they're doing that. Does that really get them attention?
That's a parasocial move, isn't it? Maybe it's just what people respond to. I don't know. I would love to know the logic of what people do and don't respond to in thumbnails, by the way.
I don't know. I do not know. And it's weird. It's weird. Like, here's one. It's just like a month ago. Skeletor working at a coffee shop. What the fuck game is this? Is it Coffee Simulator? Like, what game is it? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you could totally, like, keep the stupid title, but then also, like, dash whatever game it is, part whatever. I don't know. I don't really watch Let's Plays because...
I just have them on background noise for the most part, and I realize that kind of makes all my complaining sound moot. But at least, like, if I'm watching something, I would like to have like stay in the series, you know?
Yeah, no, I get you. Particularly if it's like I don't know, like a randomizer or like some random shit or some kind of challenge. You know what I mean? You kind of want to follow the whole thing along.
Exactly.
But like, no, the issues with YouTube. This is coming from the dumb YouTube guy here right now. It's a fucking weird one, because acting like there's rules will get you fucked over too. Like, I can't put into like plain English what it's like kind of being at the bottom of the food chain, because it's very, very clear that once you hit that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours in the last year of watch time, algorithm switches on for you and you start just kind of snowballing from there, right? It's just getting there.
Yeah.
That's the hard part for me. The subscribers will probably hit in the next year or so. The watch time is going to be the problem. That's going to be the hard fucking problem for me. So it's a weird one, because once you hit that, you're golden. I mean, you're good to go. You are off to the races. It's just getting there, and that's the fight you're going to have to do. And
it's so
at that point,
And I was gonna say back to the whole copyright claim thing. Like, it'll knock the wind out of your sails if you're a small channel too. Because, like, case in point, our friend Clinton, who does Star-Crossed Souls, his channel, he got hit with a copyright strike on his I believe it was his Fate video. And, like,
I don't think it was Fate. I thought it was a Gundam video he did.
No, it wasn't Gundam. It was Fate, if I recall. I'm 90% certain it was Fate, because that's what his channel does. But like,
another bogus one out of the Japanese, because they're like, no, you didn't got permission for that. I'm like, but he doesn't need it. It's fair use.
Yeah, and he was doing a review on it. He wasn't like he was showing the episode. It wasn't like it was like a fucking YouTube back in 2007. I'm in the search bar going, fucking Naruto episode 37 part 1, 480p. I'm not. It's not like I'm trying to. He wasn't uploading the fucking whole series. It was just like he was doing a review, and that's like, why would you stop?
Because they don't have control over that review. Like, again, this is going back to what I was saying about fair use doesn't exist in Japan, and they're used to having it their way. It's no secret that a lot of the time when it comes to the reviews, a lot of these companies demand final viewing or final proofreading, whatever it's called. And it's just like, in the West, no, you would not be allowed to get that copy before it goes out. You would find out at the same time everyone else does what the reviewer said, because that's just how it is. In Japan, that doesn't exist. So they're like, this is an authorized review. We didn't authorize this. Fuck you. Bang. Like, he should have fought that, in my opinion. He really should have fought that, because he could have easily put the complaint in. YouTube looked at it and been like, yeah, no, and reinstated the video immediately. But that's kind of is what it is in that regards. Like, it's an annoying situation, because there's certain things I have not covered out of fear of getting crammed, because I just don't want to deal with that headache. But then again, I did also just do the anime games video about a year ago now, actually, and had no issue. So who the fuck knows? Who the hell knows?
I mean, I think it's because the clips that you did use of anime were A, super short, and B, had no sound whatsoever. Because I remember, like, what you did with the Gundam clip is, like, you just did, like, a clip from, like, the first episode of Gundam where Amparo gets in the robot, rips the fucking mouthpiece off the Zaku, and that was it. I think that's all you used, because then you cut to my Twitter thread.
Yeah, for the wrong series. There's so many Gundam series.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you were going through double Zeta and not Zeta. Or not regular Gundam. You dumb asshole. But to be fair, I didn't take many pictures of regular Gundam.
I also used clips from Outlaw Star on the intro, I think, and I think I called Sword Art Online cringe, which it is, and some other stuff. But yeah, no, it's weird. And the funny thing is that when it comes to covering Japanese video games as well, it's a 50-50, because certain Japanese companies get it, will leave you the hell alone. Other ones, particularly one really big one, they get really, really, really funny about it.
Which one?
Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah, well, they've gotten a lot better. Remember they said the Nintendo Partner Program?
No.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, it was basically because they were claiming all Nintendo game videos, period.
Yeah, that was a few years ago, and then everyone just decided, okay, we're not going to cover any more Nintendo stuff. Goodbye.
And their traffic crashed into oblivion on Nintendo coverage, and they kind of realized, hang on a second.
They went, free PR is good.
Yes, and they reversed course pretty quickly. I mean, it also makes sense. To be fair, the video game industry is significantly
more
younger
chill
than the animation industry, so
yeah.
They're way more chill about it. But like,
the funny part about all of this is when you consider the fact that you have Western, like Nintendo of America versus Nintendo of Japan, right? You have like the East-West dichotomy with this. Is that you have Nintendo of America, which understands like intuitively that streamers and like reviewers and things like this are like mandatory. You need them. They are essentially free advertising for your thing.
At most, you send the higher end ones a copy of your game or a piece of
hardware. Oh no, man! You know, like with Gerard, like the completionist, like they literally did like sponsored videos with him for like the Legend. I think the biggest one I remember was when they had him try to complete like one of the maps in Legend of Zelda or no, Hyrule Warriors Deluxe Edition for the Switch, and they were like, okay, like here's gonna be the video. You're gonna take a train from where you are in California all the way to our headquarters in Washington and try to beat the Majora's Mask map before you get here, and if you fail, you have to wear a Tingle costume. Or no, it was you had to wear a costume of Reggie's favorite character, which was Tingle, and he didn't do it. So at the end of the video, he's wearing a Tingle costume, and it was great. Nintendo was just like, yeah, we'll partner up with the completionist for free, for this, and it was great. I mean, hell, I bought the fucking game because of that video, because I didn't play the original, but I bought the deluxe version for the Switch, and it's fun.
I think the best example of this, though, was the whole Persona 5 drama. You guys may remember that.
Oh,
How
yeah.
Deep Silver and like
Strikes.
Sega America had to more or less step in
No, wait, okay.
and
This
kind of
is,
like shove Sega Japan off and be like, no, you stop that right now.
okay, no, hold on.
They were
Then
letting
this
people
is,
show up to a certain point of the game, right? And then they were copyright striking out on these shows after a certain dungeon.
No. It was just like from the beginning they were getting hit, and that was the compromise. Like, hey, you can stream up to this, because Sega Japan was like on the warpath for it. So Deep Silver and Sega America more or less had to jump in and be like, whoa, calm down.
Yeah, you can't be doing that shit. There's no.
Okay.
Fair use is fair use. It's absolute.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what was happening. Because I thought the whole thing was people were upset because they could only stream up until like November in game. But you're
No. Streaming up to November was the was the compromise that the American branches managed to talk the Japanese down.
that's crazy.
Now I think it's entirely gone. You can do the entire game for the record, but like, yeah, it was really fucking dumb. And people were like, "What do you mean I can't just stream the whole damn game?" Like, if I'm that invested in it, I'm gonna finish it. Like, and if you don't want me to stream your game and not give you free PR, then I'll stream something else.
I hope they don't do something stupid with the re-releases of Persona 3 Portable. It's like, oh, you can't stream past December or
Listen,
past.
if they do, just don't listen to them.
Yeah, because I mean, the fucking Persona 3 Portable is like a 10-year-old game. I'm gonna fucking do what I want.
This is probably a bad time to admit publicly that I did break an NDA at one point.
What?
Okay.
It was for Dissidia NT.
Oh, fuck that game.
Okay.
No, hold on. This is before it came out. And I asked them, like, hey, man, like, can I stream this? Because, Japanese being very up their own ass. And they said, yeah, sure. But don't turn English voices on. Would you like to know what the very first thing I did was when I started that?
I'm gonna go with turn
Turn
English
English
voices
voices
on.
Correct answer.
Oh, it's okay.
And they got mad at me.
I guess they hadn't announced the voice acting cast yet or something.
I don't know. It never, like, nothing came up of it, but it was just a matter of, like, listen, you shouldn't include things in your demo that you don't want the people to see, because it's the demo you're, like, releasing publicly for people to try out. Do not say, hey, don't do X, when X is a thing that's in the demo that anyone can do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That game, fucking garbage.
No, it blows.
It's so bad. I don't know how you take Dissidia, objectively one of the better like arena fighters that you can play, with a pretty interesting cast and fighting mechanic, and absolutely fuck it.
They found a way.
They did.
Oh, that's real easy. You make it 3v3 instead of 1v1, and you make the arenas like 4 times as big as they need to be.
No. And then you also make it feel like the characters are flying through soup.
It's true. I do feel like they're flying through soup.
It's so bad. Okay, Adam, have you played Dissidia?
No.
Okay, so to explain what Dissidia is to anyone who hasn't played it.
You want me to cut the summary? I know how to do these good.
Okay, you're better at doing summaries than I am. So, Flyer, I pass this along to you. Here's the alley-oop. Dunk it.
All right, Adam. What's your favorite number between 1 and 14?
9.
Okay, so you want to play as Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
What's your least favorite number between 1 and 14?
Oh, fuck me. Probably 10.
Okay, so you want to beat
Fuck
up
10.
Jekt.
Fuck 10. And also says 10 or 10 to a good are wrong.
Well, you're wrong, but anyway.
You're
There are no
objectively
good double
incorrect
Final
in
Fantasy.
this.
Objectively incorrect. Continue, Flyer.
Listen, all right. The Dash 2 has produced one of the better ones. I will defend 13-2. It is good. Anyway, to get back to the point, where would you like to fight in your favorite numbers between 1 to 14?
Oh, just one place?
Please be easy and say 7, because I can do that real easy.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll say Midgar.
No, wrong answer. You mean the
Live stream,
planet's
bitch.
core, where you got the cool pillars coming up. That place.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay. Now you have a bunch of abilities. You got a parry. You've got dodges.
Okay.
There is a strange combat mechanic where you have a thing called bravery,
Okay.
which is you hit the man, but you don't do your like special moves. You're doing regular attacks, and your bravery goes up. Their bravery goes down. When you get them past 0, they have what's called I think, bravery break.
Yep.
And you get the arena pool of bravery, because the arena has bravery. It's kind of just like a floating number as you beat up the man. You use your bravery to inflict. Well, it's an arena-based fighting game.
Okay.
With I think 1 or 2 levels per area. I think 0, 1, 2, the sequel added more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point here is you're kind of zip zooming along around the live stream arena, and you want to beat up Titus real bad. He's over there. You get the bravery. You see it glow purple, and that means it's time to enter kill mode.
Okay.
And then you do your actual special like attacks that you would recognize from the game. So, for example, Cloud has what the fuck is it called? The one where he does like, the 3 Braver, or the one where he does like the 3 cuts and then the big X in the middle. Yeah, cross slash. And that would be boom. You just did real damage. Now that man's health is down. There's also summons. It's all a bunch of different monsters and like the creatures and things like that
from Final Fantasy.
They all have different effects.
Okay.
Ifrit makes your bravery 1.5 times higher, for instance.
Okay, so it's like Final Fantasy fighting game type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not guys though. It's fine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Although you should always bless the ring. Anyway, that's a 1v1.
Okay, makes sense.
Now imagine that everything looks like the pre-rendered 13 cutscene. You like that crisp, high-quality Square Enix CG, right?
Oh boy.
It doesn't look like PS2 models anymore. Everything looks like that, but with that Amano twist, so everyone looks just a little bit fruity.
I knew you were going to say that. I didn't know you were going to say fruity.
That's the only way to describe him besides saying the word femme. With a capital F. 2 M's, 2 E's. Now it's 3v3. Now the arenas are 3 times as big. Also, the summons are worse. Because now, instead of just being a cool effect, now they like kind of come onto the stage.
And also, you're really slow.
Yeah, you're real. I mean, part of the being real slow is that the arenas are real big. They're, like I said, they're like 3 or 4 times as big as they should be.
Yeah.
Counter to this, Dissidia is free to play, but if you buy it, you get access to all the characters because it does that Dead or Alive 5 free thing.
Oh,
where you have like a rotating roster.
Yeah, but if you just buy the damn game, you've got the entire roster right there. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think there's something with that other one we didn't talk about.
Let me give you the hot take on this. Most people think that NT, which stands for network, if I remember correctly, is hot dog shit.
I remember when it came out in arcades, a couple of people were convinced it's going to be the next big thing in fighting games, and then it just kind of just died.
Well, from what I remember, the arcade version was basically like the PS3 version.
Yeah.
But, like, just kind of, you can only do this.
Yeah.
See, I was one of those people that got Dissidia NT when it came out.
Same.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I like this series. This is a good series. And then it was bad.
Fair enough. And you broke an NDA by not using the Japanese? That's so dumb.
Yeah, for streaming it with the English voices. Because they're like, yeah, you can stream it, but don't put the English on. And I said, oh, yeah, sure. I'll do that.
He lied.
And then I did not.
I'll be honest. Like I like Dissidia. I really enjoyed Dissidia. It's a lot of fun. I played it a lot in high school. I played it with my friends, and it's just one of those games where I jumped in with a character I really really liked, and I just went to town on it. And it playing NT was so disappointing, and I literally I was just like, can I get a refund, because this sucks. This is so bad. Oh my god.
It's not.
I think I got a refund. I don't remember if I did, but I remembered that it was just whoo, so bad. Oh god, I hated it. Look.
I mean, credit to NT though. It did have some interesting character picks. For like Locke was put in. That was neat.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I did like the characters it put in. I just didn't like the presentation.
Whoever that guy from 12 is that I can never remember the name of.
The Bronx?
No, not him. The brother Arden. No, not Arden. The hell was it? The guy that becomes the Emperor.
I have no idea. I didn't play 12.
If you play 12 and you remember who this guy is, don't tell us.
Because we don't want to know. I'm
not interested.
12 doesn't exist in my world. Neither does 13.
But yeah, my point is that sounds like a prime example of like just these Japanese companies not understanding how Western influencer culture, for lack of a better term, or YouTuber culture or Twitch streamer culture affects like how video games are perceived by people in the West. And they're used to having their own way. They're used to throwing their weight around, like arbitrarily making up the rules. Like, you can't do the English voices. You can't go past a certain point of the game. You can't. And it's like, no, like, fuck off. If that was ever going to record, sorry.
No, I was gonna say. I think the funny thing about it is that that's mostly common from like the big players.
Mm.
But then you got like the fucking weirdos. You've got like Suda. You've got Swery.
Yeah.
I'll say you've also got Kojima, who are so Western influenced that they would, that they are Westaboos essentially.
Yeah, definitely the case of Kojima.
Yep.
They more than anyone else seem to understand how the medium kind of is evolving into I hate to use the phrase, but a more global idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, for a long time, even then we had the region locking, and that's basically not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because some of these bigwigs started to pay attention and went, "What if other region could give money?"
It's kind of funny because it was always so funny with the Xbox 360 because there were certain. So the funny thing about DVD region locking, and this applies to Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, any console is DVD. Funny thing, most DVDs by design are actually only blocked out of one region. It's significantly harder to block anything but the intended region. So a lot of video games would work, for example, in both NTSC and PAL with no issue. Now take a game which was meant to be PAL exclusive in Europe for a certain platform for, 8 months to a year. Like a major game, like, for example, 2009's Ghostbusters video game. You know, the one that was basically Ghostbusters 3, where they got the original cast all back and all this good stuff, right?
Yeah, and it was one of the best Ghostbusters thing that's been seen.
Yes. So it was for PlayStation 3, it was an exclusive for, I think, a year in Europe. The American version came out, and people quickly worked out that the Xbox 360 version, which performed significantly better than its PlayStation counterpart, I mean significantly better, was region free. And people were importing that thing like there was no tomorrow. It was so funny. But yeah, like region locking was never that effective in the first place. So I think a lot of it was they just gave up. Because they're like, yeah, screw it. We could develop more into this. Or people are giving us money for game. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a sale. Do with that information as you will.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
websites literally specializing in it.
It's really funny too, because like even back in the day when they did region locking, like with Nintendo. The funniest thing about Nintendo's region locking is that it was the way that the cartridges were designed. So if you just
for the N64, you can take the back off one and slap it on another one, and it works.
Yeah, if you just kind of went into your little your console and you just took a look at these little nubs inside of it, you're like, oh wow, it'd be funny if I took those out. Oh shit, I can play Japanese games now. What are the odds?
Only issue with doing that on an actual console, and you have to be careful. That is designed to stop dust from getting into the internal parts of the system. You can do that. That's the free way of doing it. I recommend spending $5 on Etsy. You'll find many people who will 3D print you a replacement tray to take the place of the one with the tabs on it. Thorough recommendation. Good idea.
There you go. That's all it takes. And it's so funny.
$5 and 20 minutes of your time.
It's just...
You can also just... Sorry.
Go ahead.
You can also just take the back of an N64 cartridge and literally slap an American or a European one of your Japanese games, and it works. Carry another region slot.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I will give Nintendo props for trying, but also failing.
You do have to be careful in certain games, though, older generations than that, because the European television standard for the longest time was 50 hertz, not 60 hertz.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's why everything ran worse.
Depends on a lot of games. Well, particularly Sega stuff was fine because they basically, it's a weird one. They intentionally designed the game at 50 hertz and then it ran at 60. It's weird. A lot of it will also dual support mode anything further forward. Like PlayStation 2 has 50 and 60 hertz mode. It was 10 60 hertz mode because the TV was always going to support 60 hertz. You know. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one. That is to be careful when doing that.
If you do that and mess up, we are not liable.
Yeah.
Don't take what we say as advice. Don't listen to any of us. We are idiots. We have no idea what we're talking about, which is, interesting because we run a podcast. But anyway, for real though, I never understood the whole region locking thing, and I'm glad we've kind of done away with it now, to the point where you can literally just play Japanese Switch games on your Nintendo Switch, and a lot of those games have English options too. Like I want to play in English.
Well, a large part of it was, I hate to give Sony credit, but a large part was Blu-ray, because Blu-ray was not region locked by design. They did. I think there's like one PS3 game that's got a region lock on it, and hilariously, it was Persona 4 Arena.
What?
Yeah, the European version didn't come out for like forever afterwards, and couldn't import it because it was region locked.
To be fair, with that game alone, we also didn't get the last update on the PS3 version either. Like because there's an update in Japan that was the last update that we never got in stateside. And so we were playing two completely different games, and it wasn't until they finally re-released Persona 4 Arena for the newer generation of games and PC that we all are now playing the same fucking game with... Wait, does it have rollback netcode? I forget.
I think it does, yeah.
Cool. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
Ah, dear. That said, sometimes you just wish they didn't bother making the game region free and they could keep it. You know what I'm talking about.
Do I? Do I? What game are you bitching about, Adam? Let's hear it.
I was making fun of what the hell is it called? Harada's weird little VR thing for the PlayStation VR, where it's basically you getting to know and falling in love with some random schoolgirl.
That's weird.
Yeah, what's it called again?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Isn't that on Steam now?
Oh, fuck me, is it?
Speaking of Steam, so we kind of got this conversation before we got on the podcast about just gifts and wish lists, and we took a look at Flyer's wish list, and Flyer's Steam library. I gotta say, the man himself is putting like indie game developers' children through college. Like, bro, he owns more games than the Saudi prince. Like, Flyer, what's going on there?
What do you mean?
Bro,
Saudi prince should keep up.
Like, man,
5,000 Steam games. How many of those have you actually played?
We don't talk about this.
Man with giant library finally excited to play games.
Is it less than 1%?
Man with giant library still has no time to read books.
It's gonna be. It's like, I swear to God, it's gonna be like that one. What is it, Twilight Zone or whatever, where the guy's like the world ends, but like he's like,
I finally have time to read. Then
his glasses,
His glasses. Yeah.
It's like Flyer's gonna be like, I finally have time to play games, and his like mouse stops working. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I think I ran the number that if I tried to play each of them for like an hour, like just 1 hour for each of them, it would take me the next like 13 years.
Holy
What
shit.
the fuck?
Hold on, let's see
What
here.
the-
Times.
Like, why would you? Oh my god! And that's without sleeping or pooping or working or anything like that.
Hours to days.
We're gonna hook this man up to like an IV of Red Bull and a food.
Well, let's do our favorite thing. Let's just do some math. I know everyone loves
I'm doing
math.
the math already.
Okay, what is your math that you're doing here, Flyer? Because I'm curious.
My math says that if I played each of these games for 1 hour without sleeping, without resting, without doing anything at all, it would take me 36 and a half years.
Really?
Flyer.
For an hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
That doesn't
each.
sound right.
Fly, you're insane.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I actually had the number wrong.
Yeah.
Let's
Hold
see
on.
here.
'Cause, okay.
5,390. That's
Hey
that's
Google, how many
hours.
days is in 5,390
360. Well,
Well, no, because I got to take the number, then I got to multiply it by.
why are you multiplying? Wouldn't you just divide?
Oh no, it's gonna be. Would it? I don't know.
Okay, so let's think this through. Okay, because between the three of us, we should be able to solve for x, right? Like we took high school math. Some of us took college math, right? I cannot believe my professor was right, and I am going to try to solve for x later in life. What the fuck? Okay, so we need to figure out how many.
Oh no, that's right. I
Okay,
multiplied
so
by
I
minutes. That's
literally
right.
just got the
I'm
answer on my Google. It's 216 days.
That also doesn't. I don't know. Okay, hold on.
if I-
Hold on.
5,000
Hold on.
hours.
Hold on. Let me. I want to do a fucking math. Okay. So
All right. Calm your tits.
so basically he has
224 days.
okay. You have 5,393 games. So we consider each of those would be an hour, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are 24 hours in a day. So basically we would divide this by 24. And that's 224.7 days. Now, if we... And that's without sleeping. That's without stopping. That's nonstop. So
Yeah.
that's basically 2/3 of a year. Give or take.
Yeah.
So realistically, let's say you did have all the time and you could take breaks in between. Let's just say you broke it up into 8-hour shifts on that. So would we multiply that by 8 or what?
Yeah, multiplied by 8.
Yeah, multiply by 8. So it'd be like 1,797 days.
Or
Or
you want to divide that by 365.
4 almost 5 years.
And remember, that's only 1 hour each. That's not completion.
Yeah, that's only 1 hour a game. That's too many games.
Okay, but hear me out. That's only on Steam.
Oh,
Oh god, I
fuck.
forgot about him and Itch.
That doesn't count Epic. That doesn't count Itch. Doesn't count Game Pass. It doesn't count console.
I didn't think of that. Jesus.
That doesn't count emulators.
Oh, fuck. One day he'll have the time.
No, I won't, because then it would really take the 36 and a half years, wouldn't it?
It really would. Holy shit. See, like, there's so many games. I've accepted this at this point in my life where there are so many games that have come out that I will not play. So I don't I try not to bother with them if I know I'm never going to play it. There are some games I'm really interested in, I do want to play, but for the most part, I just stick to the series that I'm already invested in, and I'm just going to play those. If there's a spin-off, yeah, I'll pick it up. Like, I love Dragon Quest, so of course I picked up Dragon Quest Treasures. I haven't played it yet, but my wife's playing it, so I'm just kind of watching it through her, and if I ever do pick it up and play it, I will, but like, I have it as an option.
See, one thing that I have considered is that I'm gonna make my accounts open to people, so that way, in the event of my my disappearance from planet Earth, other people can pick up the crusade against video games.
It's a
Crusade against video games?
Yes, we have to beat all of them,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and then they'll be done, and then there will be no more.
I don't think that's how that works. I think people keep making games.
I mean,
How many video games do you think are out there that have just never been beaten because nobody's cared enough to do it?
Probably a lot more than we realize, because least we forget Steam Greenlight was a thing for a very, very long time.
I wish Steam Greenlight still was a thing. That was one of the more interesting projects they did.
And the concept was good. The problem was people used it for, let's be real,
Yeah,
Unity
garbage.
asset flips, and it was painfully abused. Looking at without getting too deep into it, I think a few years ago I did a video about a indie game promotion company that was effectively a scam. There were effectively companies out there that specialize in, oh yeah, we'll get your thing greenlit. We'll get it greenlit for you, and they just had 100 like just bot accounts do the upvote for you to get,
I mean,
to get it that
Steam-
it needed.
Steam Greenlight or no, there's still some random wacky shit that pops up on Steam. I'm fucking looking at you, fucking furry Hitler. What the actual shit?
Well, that's
Okay,
because now to get
see-
your game on Steam, you're just gonna pay the $1,000. That's all you
So
gotta do
you
now.
say
is pay
that,
the grand.
but there are weirder ones than Furry Hitler.
I don't know. No, I
Would you like
don't.
to know about Heel Hitler?
Oh my god! I just scrolled down to new and trending, and on there's a
It's
game
where you
called.
play as Freud.
Oh no! Okay, so this is on my. I just scrolled down on my Steam library, not Steam library, Steam store, new and trending. Here are the games. Are you ready?
Okay.
We
Hold on,
have.
let me see where my new and trending is. Hold on. Where are you seeing this?
Okay, this is on the store page at the bottom, near the bottom, last quarter of the page, last third. Okay, you guys ready? Here's what I have. Since I have my account is able to view NSFW because I am an adult man. I
Okay,
like
yeah.
boobies. I will
Yeah,
admit.
I'm looking.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, sure.
I have Waifu Fighter, which is a basically punch out, but you're punching them so hard their clothes come off.
on wish list.
Super lesbian animal RPG.
What?
Look, man, I don't know what the fuck
You
you're talking.
skipped over one. Hold on.
It must be one you see that I don't see. I have Fresh Start.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Dune Stalker is in between Waifu Fighter and Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
That's not on mine for some reason. I also have Fresh Start Cleaning Simulator, which looks really weird. I have Antimatter Dimensions, which is a strategy game. I don't know.
Add to library.
X-Plane 12, which is a flying game, looks like. Sex with Hitler 2.
Two? There's two of those?
Yeah.
No, there's 3 actually. It's part of the Führer set for $12.76. You get Sex with Hitler, Sex with Hitler 2, Sex
Wait.
with Hitler
For
3D.
how much?
$12.76.
Really?
Although the weird thing is that you have the Führer set, which is $12.76, and then you have Führer Deluxe, which is the same 3 things but for $1.40 cheaper.
I hate it here.
This is an insert title here podcast.
we are not ending on Sex with Hitler.
No,
Why
I'm
not?
pretty sure.
Ava Braun did.
Oh! Jesus Christ, this man don't.
I think that's been all from insert title here.
This is
Yeah.
the insert title here. Go like the things. Go tweet the things. And remember, don't play Sex with Hitler 2. Bye.
Don't be silly, wrap your willy. Bye.
Smellmans, I'm looking at the brown mustard. Stop.